Well, made it to Clear Lake, and man, it always feels good to be back here. We got glass water. It rained most of the way here. I kind of knew that the weather was going to be not so good. It was the same thing back home, you know, rain and stuff. And but it's supposed to clear up today, which is good. Thought about coming up here last night, but thought, well, there's no sense in just, you know, setting up my tent and getting everything all wet to be able to do the same thing if I just left early in the morning from the house. Kind of missed most of that. So anyways, the weather's supposed to clear up today, and should be, as always, another good trip here. Really hoping that my little checking into these lava tubes and why the throats of these collapsed lava tubes are still open. I don't think they should be. You know, what do I know? But so I'm kind of interested in checking into that and seeing what's up. Anyway, so just got here. Got here a little bit, left the house a little bit later than normal, so I got here about right 7 o'clock on the dot, and that's plenty early enough. And well, this is different too. Take a look at this. So they got this, which goes out. I might take advantage of that. That's actually kind of nice. Anyway, so we'll just kind of light bay here and see what happens. First thing I want to do is kind of take in the view and have some coffee. So I'll check back at you in a little bit, and I just kind of want to soak in some of this. I like to do that as soon as I get here. The fog. Oh, look at the fog on the trees up there. You know, it's gorgeous. Gotta love this place. Anyway, I'll check back at you. Well, day one. It's Thursday still. Made it to the lake. Pretty overcast today, as you know, like it was this morning. And I'm currently at my camp area. I managed to get the same spot that I usually like to get. See it back there. And not a lot of people around. A lot of the roads are closed in the area. They had a couple fires local, but the good news is the rains that they've had for 2 days, including today, really helped a lot. And the fire crews have been running amok and stomping them out. There was one, sadly enough, right there at Clear Lake that as I understand it, some negligent person decided to start a fire to get warm or something like that and didn't appropriately put it out. So people, put your damn fires out, please. Jeez. Anyway, so I thought I'd just kind of go for a bit of a walk. I took the Avata for a flight, and that was kind of cool, just to fly it. Had some fun, had some charged batteries, so hey, why not, right? But right now I think I just want to walk around and kind of look at some of the lava. Seems like every time I look at some of this stuff, you know, you start looking at it up close and you just see cool stuff. So anyway, I think I'm just going to kind of meander around and explore. I'm going to, as I say, experience nature. While I'm out here, I've got the time, I'm going to just look, experience it, and observe. Man, it is so quiet out here. It's so awesome. Whew. I hear a few birds and my heartbeat. That's how quiet it is. I'll check back after a while. So I had to share this with you. This was kind of cool. Ran across a collapsed lava tube. That was pretty neat. Check this out. So over here, so if I can get over here without getting too close, that goes, who knows, way back up in there. Somewhere back in there. And it looks like it tracks out and around that way. And then over here, the other end of it, goes down in there. Man, you could frickin' camp in there. Jeez. But what's interesting about it is you can see the tube all the way around. There's another hole in the ground over here. A lot of holes in the ground, you know, where the lava tubes have collapsed. There's a big one over there, and I think it comes over to this. And I think cars are driving across this. Oof. I don't know. Let's check this lava tube here and see the other end, if it's open. It doesn't look like it, but Yeah, here's the other end of it, but it's not exposed, but you can see up inside there some. Huh. That's pretty cool. And they're everywhere in here. All through here. It's part of a lava tube there and a dome over there. See, I think one of the reasons I want to look at this is, you know, I'm not a volcanologist. I don't have any kind of formal education in this stuff, but I have a pair of eyeballs and I can observe. And so if I can look at how these flows happened here and kind of try to understand what the topography of a lava tube looks like, it helps me better understand what's underwater there at Clear Lake. If I can just kind of start soaking this stuff in and look for common signs between what I see on this lava field and what I see underwater. I figure if I can find some commonalities there. Is that a word, commonalities? I don't know. You understand. So that's anything like this that I can take in. You know, you never know when I'll be looking at something with the ROV and all of a sudden it'll hit me like, oh, hey, I've seen that before. If I look at XYZ, maybe I'll see this. And since one of the things I'm looking for currently on this trip is what's keeping those throats open underwater, you know. And what I am seeing out here, much like underwater at Clear Lake, what I am seeing is open holes that just randomly, in the lava tubes, they just randomly open up and they go deep. Obviously that's going to depend on the lava tube itself, but yeah. So I guess that's part one of educating yourself. Just open your eyes, be observant, and pay attention. Don't assume you know anything. That's kind of what I'm out here doing. All right, I just had to show you that. It's cool. So this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. You got to be careful out here because right on top of that is a walkway. Now, I don't know about you, but if you came walking in from over there, you may not see this, but I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to look inside of here. Dang, dude. That's one. Coming over here. And this is just a bridge with a walk path up top. But look what's underneath it. Oh my God. Wow. That is literally a lava tube that's collapsed. But it's, oh man, just, well, look at that way in the back. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. See if I can get on that. Look way in the back. Little flat, almost looks like a little meadow. I hope I can get that on camera, way back in there. That is awesome. Little tree growing down there too. Let me see if I can work my way around to the other side of that. And I ain't walking over that though, I'll tell you that. Oh, I think maybe I found it. Yep, I did. See if I can get over there. Yeah, see here? There's the roof that was right here. That roof was up in here. And it's all hollow down there. I think I'm on pretty solid ground here. But I'm not going to assume that. Oh yeah, no, maybe not. Because underneath this roof piece right here, there's a big gap right down there I can see down into, but it's not very far down. But here's the other side of that. Man, what a neat little hoosegow down there, but Shit, man. You look at that big crack right there in the ceiling, how this piece has come down to the other one just beyond it. Yeah, you wouldn't catch me sleeping under there. Nope. Well, it's Friday morning and got a good night's sleep. So anyway, I think I'm gonna. It's getting close to 7 now. So I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and head over to the lodge, get some coffee, whatnot, and try to plan out today's events. I'm hoping today I can get on the lake and start my investigations. All right, we'll check back in a bit. All right, so we're on the water and we're going to make our way over to some of the first collapsed lava tubes, which in this particular case should be, if you're looking from the kayak slip out, you'll see the ancient spring. If you're looking from the kayak slip, the ancient spring is slightly to your left. And on the right side of the opening to the ancient spring is a couple of collapsed lava tubes. It's fairly overcast, sun's not really out yet, so it's going to be a little more difficult to pinpoint where I want to throw my grappling hook out. I do not use an anchor here. I will not use an anchor, period. Not a fan of anchors on this lake. So, gonna cruise down here and find my first location and set up. So it's at this point, you can see I've got the probe on there with the ribbon, and I'm heading towards some of these lava tubes, collapsed lava tubes. There's 2 of them right there. You can see the air bubbles coming up, and in retrospect, as I review the video here, what I suspect is early on, this seems to be working pretty good. You can see how stable the ROV is and everything. But you see those air bubbles coming up. Well, on this end of that antenna probe thing that I was using, you see the air bubbles coming up, and there's a hole in the end of it where a screw goes in. As I angle down, more and more air bubbles come out. Ultimately, what happened was this tube filled up full of water, and the problem is then that ended up making the length of that probe, which is hard to tell in the video here, but that's about 3.5, 4 feet sticking out there from the ROV. And ultimately what it did when it let the air out, which gave it buoyancy, it ended up making the probe weigh a different weight than what the ROV it was designed and calibrated for. So it started making the ROV unstable. But for the time being, we're giving this one a bash and seeing how it does. So I'm really trying to get it down there carefully and watching that ribbon. But admittedly, it looks kind of like I'm fishing with a ribbon. And so, right about this time, I'm spending equal time watching the ribbon and equal time trying to control the drone or the ROV as it slowly gets more and more unruly. But you can see that the ribbon is being drawn away from me. Right there is a really good shot. And that was my first indication that perhaps there's a downdraft. Because I've noticed that if I wave that ribbon around, it's almost a neutral buoyancy. And as I went around this, it continually pointed down. Of course, I wanted some more, data to build on, but of course, if the ribbon's going down, that's telling me there's a downdraft. And ultimately, that's what I was trying to discover. There you can see me angle the probe again, and look right there, the ribbon is getting drawn down into a straight line. So, again, there's the result of what I'm looking for. Like I said, if I was a betting guy, I would have thought it would have been blowing up, but an updraft. But yeah, like a lot of things in this lake, nothing is quite what you expect. So it was right about here I started having some serious problems controlling the ROV. As you can tell, it did a rollover upside down on me. Now it's almost completely out of control at this point. So a little bit of experience flying 3D helis. Did the best I could. Fly inverted, whatever I got to do, get it back up there. I was able to get a good test in. My theory works with it, showing the ribbon with flow, and there is flow. It's going down on this one. So the other way I can verify that is if I slightly disturb a little bit of substrate and then sit there, back it up and watch it, and put it in position hold and watch it and see where the sediment goes. And this one, it in fact was going down. So that's interesting. What it kind of leads us to wonder is, birds, where's it going? So anyway, all right, I'm going to continue on and see what the other ones say. So I cut the probe thing off so I could pilot the ROV accurately again and resorted to option number 2, which is not my favorite option, but that would be disturbing the sediment. But that would also show me what's going on down there with updraft, downdraft. And you can see right there, it's being pulled down some. On several others, as I back out here, you can see it going down, flushing like a toilet. Not great pressure, but you can certainly see there is a downdraft there pulling that sediment down in there. And it would prove to pretty much be the case on the next several that I would check. You can see in this, as I back away from that particular collapsed lava tube hole, you can see how quickly the sediment right there just kind of dissipates and goes right down the hole. Like I said, it's not with a whole lot of downforce, but you can clearly see it's getting pulled down that hole, and that explains how these are remaining open from any disturbing sediment that kind of forms around the area. So I'm going to add in some clips right here of different lava tubes that I investigate and experience this right along with me. As I'm sitting here editing this video, I'm able to see that in a much better lit room instead of out on the kayak. I believe that the results kind of speak for themselves. And out of the total of 16 that I checked, 13 of them were, in my opinion, a definitive downdraft. The other 3 were questionable, and perhaps during the editing process I'll see. So enjoy the following footage and see if you come to the same conclusion that I did. Another thing I'd like to point your attention to is, much like on the lava field I was on yesterday afternoon in this video, how similar these collapsed lava tube ceilings are. It does look very much like the lava fields that I was showing you earlier. Here you can see where I've used the thrusters in the ROV to disturb a little bit of sediment. Instead of it all blowing out and away, like over the top and out and away, you can see that it's all being drawn downward to this direction very, very slowly, but definitely all in one direction instead of a uniform outward on all angles. In this clip, there's a lava flow on the right and a lava tube there on your left. And you can see a little difference in the way they look. It's not too deep at this point, but I'm just kind of cruising along the valley in between these two because I know if I follow this channel, it drops down significantly down to a few collapsed lava tubes, and that's where I'm heading. Here you'll see right at the tip of my claws right there, just to the left and down, is a lava tube opening, as well as like 5 or 6 of them out there in the distance. So we'll go down to that one to the left at the bottom there, and we'll check that out. And here you go, getting a little bit closer. This one actually turned out to be a little more dramatic than what I anticipated as I got down to it. Now you'll notice the texture of this is really wild, like popcorn. You see that one piece sticking out right there? This isn't really too surprising given its location, because this particular flow is what was actually hitting the original river that ran through this valley. And so it would have been getting like incredible heat shocked by incredible cold. This was the area where the two actually met. I can't tell for sure, but that piece on the left looks like it might have been a tree that was knocked over by the lava and just kind of hit the lake and froze in place. In this particular place, I can't be certain of that, though. It just certainly looks that way. But I was here to look at the lava tubes, and there's actually two of them here. There's one on the left, and then there's another one on the right with some sticks in the bottom of it. You can see that, and I'll attempt to get down there a little bit closer to it. Got to be really careful here because that popcorn stuff hanging all around the edges, that could, hit the tether on the ROV. So, and that overhanging shelf is above me with that one really big one hanging out there. So I've got to be very careful with where I'm at. I don't want to shear the tether or scuff it up, and that'd just suck. So here you can see me climbing back up out of there, having to be real careful of the popcorn, the sharp edges everywhere. So the best option is just to go straight, position yourself right and go straight vertical. And that's ultimately what I decided to do. So you can see as I climb up out of there, this area, which looked small coming over the lava down to it, looked pretty small. But you can see that it actually is quite a bit larger when you actually get down there and start exploring it. And that seems to be with a lot of things down here. It looks kind of small, and wow, it's actually not. This little shadow on the floor turned out to actually be another collapsed lava tube hole. So you just never know. You got to get up and look. Okay, I didn't quite get the result I anticipated. I mean, if I was a betting guy, um, I would have guessed. I would have guessed coming up or nothing. Turns out, everyone I've tested so far has gone down. Like I said, my probe thing works, but it ultimately causes the ROV to be very unruly, we'll say. So it makes it hard to do a lot of precision stuff. Um, I think a little bit of refinement, I think I can get that to work. But my backup plan is working, and that is to get down there with the claw and disturb a little bit of sediment and then back up. And then you just follow the sediment and watch what the sediment does. It doesn't appear to be a really strong current, although from what I can tell looking at my screen, it does look like it varies, as you'd expect, obviously depending on the flow rate of each tube. But it's definitely going down. And realistically, the odds of ever knowing where are slim to none. At least, you know, I know that people put dyes and, you know, stuff like that in the water, and I'm not going to do that because you have to have an idea of where it could be going beyond that. I have no idea. But it's kind of interesting that right there in front of me, the Ancient Springs coming in, and those holes back there is water draining out. Where could you be going? I didn't see any disturbance of sediment coming up anywhere further out, so I really don't know. I don't know. The good news is, though, is I don't have to necessarily perform the same experiment next spring because so far I'm already getting the results. I am, however, going to check more and see if see if there's any water coming in. You know, the Ancient Springs back that away, so it's a possibility, of course, but I don't know. Either way, I have my answer now, at least to this point. I have my answer now, and that is that's why the throats are clear. There is current flowing through them, regardless of where it's going. Now we know it's going. So already I would consider this a win. Mission accomplished just on the first several holes. I'm going to go ahead and hit some more. Why not? I'm here. That's what I'm here to do. I'm going to burn up the ROV battery and go from there. Why not? All right, well, back at it, I guess. Now, while I'm blessed to have the ability to do this with the ROV, it'd be a shame for me just to use it for my own gratification. In this case, there's a lady that works at the lodge there, Ashley, who has an interest in biology. And I was down pretty deep at the time, and I found this little piece of wood. And if you look towards the end of it, it appears there's something on it, like an egg or something. So we got it up to, when I got it up to the kayak up there, I looked on it, and there was lots of eggs on it. So I brought that back to her, and I'm going to let her do her thing. She's currently investigating and doing her own experiments on that. And hopefully I'll hear back at some time if she's able to discover something. So she removed some samples off of this, and the piece of wood was returned to the lake. Okay, well, got a couple of really interesting little lava holes over here. I never even knew were here. And the only way you're going to really find them, because from the surface they just look like, if you can see them from the surface, they just look like little dark spots. But when you get down there at depth, they suddenly get pretty big. And some of them are pretty big. Some of them are pretty deep too, much deeper than I thought they'd be. But like I've said of this lake before, that your sense of depth perception is pretty much screwed at this place. You can just forget all that. You know, I know I've told people this before, but what you think you know about depth perception at this lake, it's gone. It makes no sense, because at one minute you think, okay, well that's right there, and that's not. And then, no, that's not, I'll be good. No, you're not. So everything you think you know when you're looking out here in the water, assume you're wrong. So anywho, I'm going to shore up again. I've used up all the juice in the ROV, so I've got to recharge that. So I'm gonna head back to shore. And I would definitely already call this trip a success for what I needed to figure out. But yeah, I'm gonna head back to shore. Put this thing, I'm sorry, I just keep looking around. Everything's fascinating. I'm gonna shore up and put this thing on the charge. See if maybe I can get out a little more this afternoon. So check back in a bit.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I hope he didn't swallow.
Well,
oh
he's
yeah.
been throwing a fit for a long time.
Well, of course. I
over
mean, when
here.
you fell by there, yeah, I know. I don't know what to do either. You hate just to cut it and...
If we cut it, he's dead.
Yeah.
Oh shit, he's bleeding like a stuck pig. Come on, buddy.
That's
Let's
fine.
see. Ouch.
Just trying to...
Oh, there's the hook. I can see the hook.
But you don't... Do you have it?
Ow!
What happened?
He's biting me.
Oh. Got teeth too, huh?
Oh, he's got something.
They're cutters, but I can use this to grab the hook if I can just get...
God, I wish I could get closer and hold
No, you're doing great.
try to
Thank
hold
you.
his mouth, but you can... Shit, if I had my fly fishing gear, we'd have at least a proper tool, but that will do it, huh? Good.
Well, it depends if I can get the hook unbarbed out of... Oh man, it's right enough. Holy shit, how big of a hook is that?
Well, that could be a good... That could be a good thing. But shit, yeah, I can see it from here. It's like right there. You got it, but I think you gotta come my way, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy shit. Damn it, people. Five people don't think about it. Oh, we don't catch a fish when...
I'm sorry, Mr. Duck.
Yeah,
This is gonna hurt no matter what I do, man.
No matter. He'll heal. But
God damn
it's
it.
barbed too, right?
Yes. I'm sorry, Mr.
Of course.
Duck.
Well, it's gonna...
Damn it.
He'll live. It's gonna be sore for a while.
Yep. God, I don't like the idea of having to do this. But
Yeah,
I
you
know
can't-
there's
and
only
you-
one way to do this.
And you can't cut the barb off.
Nope.
Shit.
And I can't run it through.
Yeah. Well, you're just gonna have to...
Can you?
Yeah, I can't run it through.
Can't run through. It's just...
No.
It's just
Can
gonna...
you cut the wire and take them to land? And
I mean,
make
it's
better
not a
bill?
matter of being on land. That's
It's gonna have to come out either way. It's not, you know... there's
Okay.
not a...
I didn't know if maybe.
Dang. Well, you're doing a pretty good job being able to hold that thing in. And
I know, buddy. Just try with me here. I thought I saw the end of the hook.
it's over right there. There you go.
Yeah, I mean the other end.
Oh, well, I see. Well, oh, fine.
What if you cut?
That's what I'm trying to do. If I can cut the barb end off, but
Through.
There's so much
What are you
blood.
doing?
Got a duck that bit into a fishing hook.
Someone had a fishing hook on the side of their boat.
And so now the duck's trapped onto the...
Oh my goodness.
and of course I don't want him to buck and get me. Then we got a real problem.
Oh, it's something moved a little bit, but maybe it's just...
So you're also animal rescue, huh?
Well,
Today, that's the hat he's wearing.
I guess so.
He's the only one that had something. I can't believe how much is bleeding.
Well, he got a hook in him. He's
Pretty-
been flying, trying to fly away, and it's
Yeah.
in his tongue.
So
you know.
I thought it was a fish over here.
Yeah. Well, when I came over after you told me, I knew what it was. But
And then I said, no, it's a duck. And then I went, oh my God, he swallowed that fish hook.
I know, Mr. Ducky. You really don't like me right now. I get it.
oh, you're
I
really
get it.
close, huh?
Trying to save every little piece of flesh I can. Come
Well,
on.
if they
No, I
come.
was just going to see if there were people up here. I don't see anybody else.
There's a tackle box in there, is there?
Yeah, but here's another hook with food sitting on it.
There's another hook.
Yeah, I'll pull it
Oh,
out
right
after we're done here. Still getting this on video too, huh?
I think so.
You almost got it though, right?
I'm so close,
Yeah, it
man.
looks really close.
If I can just get that last piece of meat off that stupid barb.
Oh, it's flesh. Oh,
It's just like when you get like your nose and your
my
your
brother
tongue
got
pierced.
one caught
It's,
in
you
his
know.
finger,
Oh, yeah,
and when he went to the emergency
All right.
room,
Thank
they
you.
had a
I
magnet.
feel like cutting this just for fun.
Right?
Oh, poor guy.
Did you get it?
Yeah,
I did.
You got it.
Okay, go ahead and bite me because I know you owe it to him, or you owe whatever.
Well, do you think he's going to be okay?
Hand me that.
Hope so.
He's got a chance now. Before he didn't have a
Probably should
chance.
Get a tackle box over here in a minute. Might have
Okay.
something else.
I mean, he's alive, but that's
I'm gonna do is I just
And he let you pick him
Yeah,
up.
put the
see?
lines
not
Yeah.
really. We kind of made it. We forced the issue.
See, here's what they had. They had like
and
a
the worms.
worm down here.
Lay him flat in the boat if you would.
Oh,
That's what I did over here. I kind of just right along the gunnels. There you go.
Is that a worm up there too?
You take one.
Okay, Hoss. Hang on,
He's
hang
ready
on,
to go now.
hang on. Okay,
well.
hang on.
Get your cameras ready, Cindy.
Okay, I need to make sure you get your paddleboard back.
Oh yeah, just push it back here.
Okay.
Yeah, just let them out the other side. And
All right. There's a
I'll
paddle.
get it. I'll get it. Yeah, I'll get it.
I don't want stuff getting in the way.
Oh, you gonna put them out on this side?
Yeah, probably
Okay.
so he's close to shore so he can chill if he wants to. But I suspect he's gonna haul ass.
As soon as you put him down, he's up.
Yeah.
He's airborne.
Okay.
All right.
All right, everybody ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay. Easy there, buddy. Don't claw me. These guys got some
I didn't
spikies.
realize that either.
They have what?
They got
They
some
have, like,
toenails like
end of their-
dinosaurs.
Really?
Yeah.
You're okay, buddy.
Well, he's
Nobody's
actually,
been
I
hurt.
can't believe how calm the thing is. Hey!
Yay!
He's gonna have to wash his mouth out for a while. Look, he swallowed. He took a swig of water. He shook his head. He'll be sore for a while, but he.
I think I saved his tongue from getting severed. That's the good part. Well,
All right. Well,
I don't
what's
think
next,
that's
guys.
I don't think that's coming out, but yeah.
You know, it's stories you can tell, right? You're gonna
Hey,
get
thanks guys.
Oh,
Nice work.
He's up on land now.
Is he?
Yep.
Nice work, everybody.
Kurt, you gotta get
Yeah,
off the
good
rudder.
teamwork.
You're gonna try it, huh? Cindy, get this on camera, Cindy.
Just a minute, I gotta get the duck.
Oh, okay.
So
Duck.
hold on, Kurt.
That's right. Just if you fall to the left, Kurt. There's a boat next to you. And Kurt, I know you don't want to hear this now, but you need to try to step. Oh. No. Cindy.
I missed it.
That's
Well-
all right, I'll get it. You okay?
Just stay there. We'll get it.
I know. I
You're
heard
gonna get
it.
deep, Kurt.
I heard him land.
Well, you got that out of the way.
Next one,
Yeah.
Kurt.
Man. Well, I'm gonna say, Kurt, when next time you do it, try to straddle this.
How's the water?
Cold?
Can you? I want to know. Can you pee underwater now? Is it icicles?
If I could what?
Is it icicles?
Okay.
So it's either Kurt. Are you gonna try it again or no?
No.
Okay. I was gonna
So-
say next time, put the rudder back. Backwards, and try to straddle right here.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. My name's Dana.
Back there, and it's just
Yes,
not the
ma'am.
same balance. So
Good job.
Thank
once
you.
Stand up. It's kind of hard to move up.
Appreciate the help. That was good people being alert.
Glad you had some tools there.
Yeah, that worked out very luckily.
Yeah, sure did.
All right, Kurt, you got this. You got this, Kurt.
Okay, so two things. The cold you're feeling are nothing more than electrical impulse being sent to your brain telling you you're cold, and you also learned what not to do. So it's a win. Well, there it is, another trip, and I'm gonna call this a success. Pretty much what I did today, got up off the lava flows and packed up camp, came back to the lake and decided to do a little bit of lake maintenance today. So I utilized the claw and got up a whole bunch of little bits and pieces, a couple bottles and cans and stuff, and one thing I thought was a rope turned out to be a dead snake that I picked up. I put that back. And but it's a gardener snake, oddly enough. But so basically today was kind of a gear down, hang out, you know, chew the fat, and kind of soak it in. A nice relaxing day just to take in the day. And I can't ever lose sight of that while I'm here, that this place is a place where not only do I go to do research and videography and capture and find the unknown, it's also a place for me to recharge my batteries, unwind, and rest my soul. So today was one of those days where just to relax, chill out. And I enjoyed that. So anyway, I'm heading out now. Gonna head on back home, see my dog. I will be coming back in November, if all goes well. And we'll see how that goes. That'll be a whole little different look here. I don't think I'll be launching a kayak during that time, but it is what it is. So anyway, another trip to the lake, success, science, discoveries, unanswered questions are answered. So with that said, this is Dana Price and Amber Dog Productions. Experience nature. We'll see you on the next one.